For the last month and a half, I've been spending some time using my FUJI XT2, taking pictures, shooting video. I've actually been transitioning straight from Panasonic and Canon into using the XT2. My initial plan was just to use it for taking pictures, but now because of the color fidelity, which we're going to be talking about today, I also use it for video. So let's get right into this review. So color is really important, and just about every camera company compresses the color in order to give you as much as possible. If they give you too much, maybe your machine or your card in the camera couldn't handle capturing all of that information all at once. So there's some compression going on. And usually we hear about 444, which is the color information. Each four represents, the first four represents your lumen information, which is your black and white information, and the other two is red and green. So the last two numbers are usually either 22 or 20. So it's usually 422 or 420. Before this time, I believe there was a 411. If I'm not mistaken. This is a long time ago. But compression has been going on for a long time. And so what I've discovered while using the FUJI XT2, and as we look at some examples here, you'll see what I mean, is that the way it handles color, a lot of people say it's better than other camera companies when it comes to color. I would say in handling color, yes. As far as does it have more color than other companies? I wouldn't say that. I would say more, because you can always add, because everything's digital, you can always add color. It may look a bit artificial, but if you know what you're doing, you can always add color. But to get JPEGs straight out of the camera and to get your videos straight out of the camera and they actually look like you've actually edited them, meaning you've added some color or you've added some contrast or you've added some grain or texture to the image, to me that's amazing. And I can remember back in the days, 2007, people were actually using a lot of this product called Magic Bullet LUTS. The company still exists today. It's a company called Red Giant, and they were using these particular looks, and a lot of people would just take the look from this program and drop it on their entire video. So if the video is 12 minutes long, the entire 12 minutes would have this color. And depending on, even if the scenes were different, outside, inside, different locations, different countries, they were using the same look for the entire video. And that's just not professional. That's just not a good look unless you're trying to achieve some type of weird dreamland look or something. But one look doesn't fit every particular image, and so we have to understand first, what are we capturing, why we're capturing it, and what's the end goal. And then you can decide which color or which particular look would go for that picture or video. And so a couple examples here with the Fuji. You can see here in this video, I'm actually working on a picture of a little kid, and the highlights are really blown out. The highlight on his head is completely gone, so you're not going to be able to see any recovery in that area. But if you could look around him and even his face, you can see that as I'm pulling down the curves, we're actually recovering information. And this is actually a JPEG image. It's not a raw file. So this is compressed even more, because JPEGs and certain file formats, not TIFF and not DNG, they are compressed, but not as much. JPEGs and let's say PNG, to some extent, those files are compressed. Means that color has been removed from them, the colors that your eyes can't pick up. So when we look at them, they tend to look accurate, but there is some color removed from there. And this next example, you can see that this overexposed section here with this gentleman and this girl, you can see that in the sky it's completely gone, but on their skin tones I'm able to even recover more information. Now this is not just for pictures, this is also for video, and I'm going to be doing a test on video in the near future, so you can have a look and see what this small $1,600 camera is capable of doing. And each of these images I'm showing here are straight from the camera. It's important that we understand that, because if there's color fidelity, or if there's color, the color that's being displayed is accurate, the color that's being displayed is so fine and there's such fine details and colors you wouldn't normally see, that means you're actually working less than post, and you're spending more time creating stories. You're spending more time sharing your messages, sharing your images, sharing your videos. And so that's the whole idea behind this video, is to show you and to remind us how important color is, because it's good to use programs like ViscoCam or Mextures or Snapseed, any of these programs that are used on your smartphone or even on your computer to edit images. There's another program called Polar, but it's important for us to understand composition, camera angles, lighting, close-ups, and continuity. That's more in the cinematography direction, but it's also connected to pictures. Once we understand those principles of storytelling, then we can begin to understand what accurate color is. And I can give you guys a couple examples. Obviously, if someone's skin tone looks yellow and jaundice, or someone's skin tone looks pink rather than neutral, then you have to spend time fixing that pigmentation in the skin, unless that was your goal, for someone to look sick or for someone to look really pink for whatever reason. But you have to spend time fixing that first. You should. And then you apply your look to it. And if your look adjusts the skin in any way, you would have to fix it again. And so accurate color, how someone actually looks to you, should be how the camera captures it. If the camera is $300, if it's a still camera, if it's $3,000, or if it's $30,000. Now we expect a $30,000 camera to be spot on, but a camera that's under $10,000 should still be spot on. It may have less information to work with, but it should still give you accurate colors. And there's some other cameras that I was actually speaking to a DP, and he was telling me about. There are cameras that recently came out that are a bit more expensive than the XT2, but the colors are totally just off. And we can talk about that in the future. And people are spending a lot of time just dropping looks and different effects on the images and putting that out, not understanding what accurate color looks like and what's supposed to be represented on screen. So this is just a quick overview of Fuji Color. I can give you guys a couple more examples before this video ends, or I can just show it to you at the end, in fact. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope it gave you it gives you some more insight into the XT2 and what it's capable of doing. I'm actually using it for video. My intent was just to use it for pictures, but the color information is so excellent that I figured why not use it for both. So this is Carlin here. Until next time.